It is a manufacturer that only insiders know, that only true lovers of fine watchmaking will recognize and appreciate the achievements, expertise and outstanding skills. Far from the fashions and the dizziness of bling-bling marketing, at Parmigiani-Fleurier they offer true jewelry timepieces that defy time and techniques. Today, the watch group formed by the Sandoz Foundation is refocusing on its flagship products and once again presents an unparalleled chronograph.
As you probably know, the brand was launched 20 years ago, 22 to be exact, in 1996. In a very visionary way at the time, our investors and Michel Parmigiani decided to create a manufacturer that's entirely vertical, to free us from any production concerns. And so today, we're one of the rare independent manufacturers that is as vertical as we are. We make our movements, we make our cases, we make our dials, we make our masses, our springs. All the strategic components of the movement. There are three pieces that we do not make: the glass, bracelets and rubies. They're the components for which there are no monopolies. We have the advantage, the pleasure, the great chance to have Hermès bracelets, the only brand that has Hermès bracelets. And today, our clients know us for the capacity that our manufacturing gives us in terms of creativity, reactivity and independence. It's a great advantage. It's one of the four pillars of the house today, with Michel Parmigiani, with fine watchmaking and restoration work. The industrial tool is something absolutely essential to the development of the brand.
L'outil industriel est quelque chose qui est absolument indispensable au développement de la marque.
While the manufacturer has built its reputation on men's watches, what we don't always remember is that Parmigiani-Fleurier also creates ladies' models.
Au début de l'existence de la marque, on avait une collection qui était exclusivement destinée.
In the early days of the brand, there was a collection exclusively destined for men. As soon as we wanted to give an international notion to the brand, as soon as we wanted to be a global player, we had to obviously address half of the world's population, more than half of the world population, so not to forget women. Today, those sales represent in terms of volume, a little less in terms of revenue, because the majority of complications that we have are destined mainly for men. Feminine collections represent about 40% of our volume.
40% du volume qui est représenté par les collections féminines.
A spearhead of Parmigiani-Fleurier throughout time is technological innovation, as proven by the Bugatti Super Sport.
Alors, je pense une des clés du succès à l'avenir.
So I think that one of the keys to success in the future, or one of the essential components that will allow a development of the brand, is its innovation. Today, if we don't innovate, we have no chance to develop and to be present in a substantial and visible way. So innovation is one of the things that is particularly important to us. And today, it's been proven with the Bugatti 390 model, which is a technical creation, an absolutely breathtaking technological development. Technological development is an essential component.
Among the most recent creations, here is a model that Michel Parmigiani, the founder, master watchmaker and outstanding restorer, created in 1998, equipped with the famous rectangular movement at the heart of the Calpa line, the name of the smallest unit of measure in Latin. A line that is today available in different variations, including a new integrated chronograph with notably a movement made of gold. And as always, with references to nature, respecting the purity of the gold and the natural proportions of the Fibonacci sequence, the aesthetic leitmotif of Michel Parmigiani.
Oui, elle est là aujourd'hui, on l'a redessinée, donc avec des lignes plus tendues.
Yes, it's here today. We redesigned it with more taut lines, with a more pronounced face, to allow a better reflection of the light. It's a model that's called hebdomadaire. Michel created it in 1998 with a form movement that had an 8-day power reserve. 2 barrels to have a power reserve of 192 hours, rather than the standard 45 to 48. So this watch is in the collection today and reflects this piece that was developed by Michel at the time, but with a more contemporary design that was redesigned and reworked.
Its name? The Calpa Chronor. The integrated chronograph is the grail of an independent manufacturer. A timepiece whose decoration alone requires more than 50 hours of work per piece.
If I turn the watch over, you can see and observe the movement that is indeed made of gold, with a 22-carat guilloche oscillating mass, decorated with barley grains. It's a movement that was created to be a chronograph. We can see it in different ways, in particular with the column of wheels you can observe here, just below the oscillating mass. The other particularity of the movement is the technical characteristics of the great chronograph movements on the market. We have an alternation of 36,000 revolutions per hour, or 5 Hertz. This is a major precision threshold, since the second hand performs 10 jumps in a second. It's a precision that only the greatest chronograph movements are able to achieve. It's an edition limited to 50 copies to celebrate the arrival of this movement in this chronograph caliber.
At the Geneva Grand Prix, the Parmigiani-Fleurier brand stood out thanks to the high-tech and performances of its precious timepieces, an expertise that is demonstrated with the Tonda Chrono Anniversary, as well as the Toric Hemisphere Retrograde.
The 20 years of development of our industrial tool and different manufacturers that they're made up of were recently rewarded. We had the chance and privilege of being rewarded in 2 categories, thanks to a chronograph movement that we launched in 1996 on the occasion of the 20 years of the brand, that was hailed the chronograph in its category, and then a dual time zone piece that allowed us to win a second prize.
The aim now for this watchmaker, with a reputation for excellence, but which is a little too secretive and humble, is to invest more in order to give the brand greater visibility.
Donc ça va passer les réseaux sociaux, on a renforcé nos équipes de marketing.
It's going to happen on social media. We've reinforced our marketing teams, even if we still favor a brand approach through our distribution network. We know that today we must work with social media. So here we are on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Weibo, WeChat, and all these platforms. But we know that the real experience, the ultimate experience, before buying a Parmigiani, is discovering it in a retail store.
D'acheter une Parmigiani, c'est de la découvrir dans un magasin de détail.
As for the Parmigiani-Fleurier clients, who are they? Of course, the manufacturer is targeting millennials, who are the clients of tomorrow. But today, their clients are still wealthy 30-somethings from Asia. Access to the brand begins with models priced around 10,000 euros, but the core of the business is done with more complicated pieces between 25 and 50,000 euros.
Ce sont des gens, nos clients, qui sont des 35.
The people, our clients, are 30 to 50, if I could say it like that, 35 and up, who are rich. Rich people who are connoisseurs, who are curious, who come to the brand in general, already having several watches. They come to us because they're sure of their own value. They're trendsetters rather than followers. People who have sufficiently strong values and are not afraid to buy a brand that does not have the same reputation as some of our competitors. They're looking for a brand that's manufactured in more confidential quantities, and Parmigiani fits them well.
Et Parmigiani leur correspond.
The proof is clear. A Parmigiani-Fleurier was spotted on the wrist of Prince Charles of England at the marriage of his son Harry to Meghan Markle. The Prince of Wales sported an iconic model of the brand. The latest models are currently being shown on screen. A splendid 39mm toric chronograph in 18-carat yellow gold. The royal choice of a connoisseur.